Good evening, people. It's me, Courtney, back again with another video. And this evening, I'm going to be very much touching upon about creating your own reality. Now, this is chapter 7 from my book, How to Survive in Babylon. Now, when we talk about creating your reality, one has to ask, is this reality that you live right now, this so-called reality, is it your own reality? Is this reality that we live in now, is it yours? Is it created by you, or is this reality created by someone else? That's the question you should ask yourself. Is this reality that you are living right now, is it created by you, or is this reality belonging to someone else that's created it for you? Just think about that for a minute and don't be so quick to answer that question. Just take a bit of time just to sort of digest that question and just, answer it with some context, right? Because what I find today is that many of us are out here and, I say, it's a case of you wake up every day, you go outside, and you tend to think that this reality is, the reality. But when you really think about it, whose reality are we living? You see, you may think that this reality is your reality, right? And there's a thing called your life, right? But who's actually controlling this reality that we're living? Because are you controlling it? That's the question, right? Because what's happening is that we are living a reality that's very much controlled by someone else, right? This is not our reality. This is a reality imposed by the government. The system is, what I call Babylon. And in order to get ahead in this particular society today, one has to sort of go against the grain and very much start to create their own reality, which is what this video is about. So I'm just going to take a bit of time and just read a few sentences of this section of chapter 7, creating our own reality. To get ahead in Babylon, it's essential to start by creating your own reality that works in your favor. The reality we currently live isn't one we've chosen. It's been imposed on us by the Babylon system, keeping us down while they remain on top. But how do you create your own reality within an already existing one? Now, that's the question. How do you create your own reality in a reality that's already been created for you? That's the question, isn't it? Because some people may think that's difficult to do. How do you create a reality within a reality? Well, first of all, just understand that this reality isn't yours. So that's the first level of thought that needs to be in your brain. This reality that you're living is not your own. So let me just, burst your bubble for those of you that thought this reality is yours. This is not your reality. This is a reality created by someone else. And as long as you're living in someone else's reality, you're always going to be subservient. You're always going to be at the bottom, and you're always going to be very much at the control, or should I say, you're always going to be under control by someone else, because you're living their reality that they're creating for you. You see, you're not in control of it. You're not driving the reality. You're being controlled in it, because it's not created by you, and you've had no say in this reality that's been formed for you. It's just been given to you, handed on a plate, and what you've done is you've just taken it and accepted it, right? So we need to revolutionize our lives and start creating our own reality, a reality that works in our favor, yeah? And this is how you're going to get ahead. This is how you're going to survive and thrive in Babylon, right? You have to create your own reality that's constructed by you, okay? Now, to do that in a society like this can be very difficult because the reality that is shaped for you is designed to stop you from trying to create something of your own. So it's going to be a very difficult journey trying to create your own reality within a reality that's already been created for you. So that's something that I want you to, bear in mind, right? When you're trying to create a reality within a reality that's already been created for you, it's going to be very difficult because you've got to look at your surroundings and people that's already brainwashed into thinking that this is the reality. These are the challenges you're going to come across, okay? You're going to come across a lot of challenges. It's going to start from your surroundings of people that's not really switched on, that doesn't really know that they're living in someone else's matrix, right? So you're going to have a lot of battles. And sometimes for some people, when they're trying to, pursue this task, sometimes they can lose themselves or even have nervous breakdowns, right? Because sometimes what they do is they try to create a reality and then sometimes they don't really understand how to sort of merge the reality that they're trying to create and merge it with the already existing one that has been put in place for you, right? So the reality that you're going to create, it can't be too far-fetched. It's got to be within sync with the reality that's already very much been given to you, right? It's got to be parallel to it. It can't be completely sort of off the grid because you got to understand that everybody's programmed here. If you're trying to live some off the grid lifestyle, especially here in Babylon, it's going to have an adverse effect. And so be careful on how you go about creating a reality within a reality, right? Or should I say creating your own reality? But let's look at some steps on how you can sort of, go about creating this reality, which is going to be your own. So gain knowledge of yourself, have confidence in your abilities to make this happen, be determined and be brave enough to shape your own reality. Those are just a few sort of, suggestions of how to go about it. So when you're creating your own reality, right, you've got to be bold enough to even, start the process because it takes bravery, right? Because when you're trying to create this new reality, it's not going to be accepted by most people, especially for people that's very much used to, just getting up every day, going to work, people that's been told to just go to school, go to college, go to work, get a job, people that are just very much used to being like autopilot and just doing the same thing, every day, every weekend. Some people like to go out every weekend. No, nothing wrong with it. But again, that's autopilot. That's very much the norm for, not everybody, but for very much a lot of people that just think, oh, I've worked for the whole week. I'm just going to go out for the weekend and get drunk and get smashed. And some people may say, oh, I'm just going to go home and watch the football. Again, nothing wrong with it. But again, this is just very much the common thing that a lot of people tend to do. So when you're creating a reality that goes against the grain, that very much goes against the very ideals of the current reality right now that we're living, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a problem for a lot of people. You may end up losing some friends along the way, right? You may end up falling out with a lot of people, right? Because you're enlightened and you're saying to yourself, hold on, this reality is not my own. This reality is not my own, right? And when you come to that conclusion, yeah, life is going to be very much different for you. And when you go about actually now go down the journey of creating your own reality, yeah, that's going to be a task, right? But if you start the journey and if you're resilient and serious about creating your own reality, there's going to be a lot of benefits, right? Because the benefit of creating your own reality is that you're in control of it. You're in control of it. It's created by you, constructed by you, right? And it's not, you're the one, you're bringing your own narrative to your own life, and it just gives you that control of your own life, right? And this is what it's about. This, this book, How to Survive in Babylon, and what I'm advocating is to take back your life, take back your power, take back everything that was taken from you, right? Because when you were born, your freedom was very much just snatched, right? From when you were born, right? And your future and your life was very mapped out for you. The minute the minute you went to school, primary school, secondary school, college, the minute you got a job, all this reality, this matrix was set up for you to be subservient, following slave. It was already created for you, right? So in order to get ahead and rise and thrive in Babylon, it's about time you and I start to create our own reality. And we have to go about this in a relentless manner, right? Unapologetically, right? It's about time we take back our reality and create our own that benefits us, not this subservient slave lifestyle where we're on our knees, scrambling for pennies that we call the salary, right? The brainwashing news, the media that just brainwash you all the time, that creates this false reality in our minds. It's about time we take back our own reality, right? And this is the only way we're going to be able to rise up. This is the only way you are going to rise in Babylon, is to create your own reality, take it back, and start a new one. A brand new reality that works for you, that benefits you, okay? That takes your life to the next level. So at this point, I'm going to end this video here, and the key ingredient to your survival in Babylon is to create your own reality. Get started. The time is now. Take care and see you in the next video.